for the thick of it all. If they don't give me room, well then I'll give them a while. I'm gonna smoke my tires when the victory calls. I'm gonna be there, be there. I wanna see my face up on the jumbo screen. Feel the white hot metal of a winning machine. Because you win or you lose and there's no in between. I wanna be there, be there, be there.
NASCAR on speed. Be there.
It's time for one of the wild card races in this Pennzoil Truck Series chase. We're down to the final 4 races of the chase. We're here at Pensacola for the Can-Am 250. On the pole is a non-chaser, the 8 of J.J. Reed, 2's outside the 29 of Isaac Nichols. Then 30 you have Zachary Fitzwater, 4th is Michael Ferris. Rounding out the top 5 you have Luke Rainey. In 6th it's Landon Lyons. 7th is William Bullen, 8th Colton Yo. In 9th you have Tim Randolph and Levi Shones, rounds out the top 10. For the rest of you, we have Carson Bowers with Tim Gary. Then there's Alex Stewart and Marcus Sachi, along with Keith Stevens, and then you have Jeff Bright, along with Mark Owens and Stephen Baker. Then there's Alan Bowman and Derek Hamill. Steve Morgan 3 points out of the lead, with Riley Sprague 2's outside. Then you have Jonathan Buford and Stephen Taylor. Code Luigi with Michael Canto. Then there's DJ Reed and Yepez. He is 2 points out of the lead, second in points. Then you have Sebastian Kukulon with Trey Rainey, along with Steve Larker and Jack Canaramo, Justin Zidell and Myatt McDonald. And in the final row, you have Oliver Galway in the 21. 2's outside your points leader, Mathis Wells in the 51 with a 2-point lead over the 87 of Diego Yepez. It's going to be interesting to see who comes out on top in this race and who will have the points lead after it. Let's get going with our starting command.
Gentlemen, start your engine.
All right, boys, pace and rhythm all day today. Driver's compartment, crew chief, pit crew. Pace and rhythm all day, that's all we need.
This is a big race for a lot of chasers in terms of how the championship will go. Mathis Wells wants to keep this points lead all the way throughout until Homestead. But, you know, with these next few races, they are so wild. Yepez can get up here. You know, you have Steve Morgan in the mix. Jonathan Buford is within a race. He's 11 points. He can tie Wells if everything goes perfectly here tonight. However, that's asking for a lot at Pensacola. But likely, he can gain points, Jonathan Buford can, on Wells and get up within a race. Some other drivers just outside of a race back. It'll be interesting to see who can gain points, or will Mathis Wells extend the points lead over the rest of the competition. Down the front stretch, pace truck to the pits, 13 laps, 3 miles. J.J. Reed, Isaac Nichols front row. Start of the Can-Am 250. We are green at Pensacola. J.J. Reed leads lap number 1 of the Can-Am 250. The pack very spread out towards the back. Mathis Wells could be in danger of losing the draft here if he's not careful. 4 wide inside the top 5. Alex Stewart, a big move. There are 4 wide in the pack. Meanwhile, J.J. Reed leads. Luke Rainey up to second in the 88. Here comes Alex Stewart to third with a push from Jeff Bright and Mark Owens as well as the pack come through on the bottom. Yepez is one of them in the 87 coming forward. Down the back stretch, Luke Rainey does he have a run? He's onto the back of the 8 truck. Can he make the move? Still in line for 9 is the 28 behind him. It's the 68. Truck single file towards the back. Trey Rainey, Mathis Wells trying to get into that draft and come forward. Meanwhile, for a second, Alex Stewart on Luke Rainey. Jeff right there in 4th, waiting to see where he can go. He's going to go with that 28, it looks like. As they go through turns 3 and 4, and off of 4, Alex Stewart clears the 88 up top. And now he's going to have a run at the 8 of J.J. Reed. Here comes Jeff Bright. Pole no. Does the 28 get the draft to get clear? As they cross the stripe, lap 2 complete. J.J. Reed still up front in the number 8 truck. As here comes Jeff Bright down low, challenging at 68. Here comes the 74, Keith Stevens, and the 5 of Steven Taylor. And then you have the 87 of Yepez up here coming forward. He wants to be in front if a crash happens, because we have seen some big crashes happen here at the Pass in the Truck Series. It looks like Mathis Wells is losing the draft in the 51. He dropped back a little too far, and now he's in danger of falling out of the draft, and that is huge if a crash doesn't happen, because if we do not have a big crash, he won't gain any positions. He'll be the lowest chaser. That's big there for anyone in this chase. They know they can close in now. Meanwhile, JJ Reed continues to lead, coming to 10 laps of racing to go. Jeff Bright up to second, but he's going to move up high, it looks like here. And here comes Stevens down to the bottom of the 74. Trucks back there, slicing and dicing. Yepez to the middle lane. So he gets put there by Kukulon, the 32. Coming forward, a few more drivers. Kukulon getting put forward. Jack Canarama comes forward. Jeff Bright stays clear. Keith Stevens had no push. And that's really the what these drivers don't have going for them. They really cannot get lined up at some points here at Pensacola, and they allow the leader to get away and stay clear. We'll see if Jeff Bright can run down JJ Reed, but he has no help behind to do that. He's just in the draft of the 8 right now, going about the same speed as him. So really he needs some help to get up there to JJ Reed to be able to challenge him. See how spread out the front 3 are, being single file like that. Here comes Keith Stevens. Does fellow chaser Jack Canarama go with him, or does he go with the 68 of Jeff Bright and allow Jeff to stay clear again? He's coming to the bottom. Here comes Canarama as Keith Stevens does clear for second. Canarama for third. There's a big run coming. Code Luigi coming along with the 6 of Steve Lark and some others. Down the front stretch, Code Luigi looking 3 wide for the second position. He goes down low, but he gets no help. Everyone advances in the middle. The 6 to the middle. The 33 to the middle. Finally, a truck goes down low. It's the 7 of Mike McDonald. Forcing his way down low, but Jack Canarama is clear. Keith Stevens stuck in the middle lane, as JJ Reed has led every lap so far, dominating here at Pensacola in the Can-Am 250. But it'll just take one small push out of a few drivers back here, get lined up, get pushed, and we'll see how it goes. But Cole Luigi abandons down low. He wants to get to second. He wants to be the one leading the charge onto the 8 of JJ Reed. No help for either driver. However, the 24 down low, he's got that lower lane around. He'll be able to get clear as they go through 3 and 4. Now he has the push from the 7 of Mike McDonald. Close there, Steve Morgan, only 3 points out of the lead. 4 wide in the middle. Michael Ferris comes low. Ferris could try and get up here and help his teammate Code Luigi out if he can get by the 7 of Mike McDonald. McDonald pulls low though. Now the 23 is going to go low with the 7. Now he's going to force it 3 wide. Code Luigi looking to get clear right here from the draft of the 8. But the 7 side drafting that 24 back on the quarter panel. Oh, crash! Middle of the field! That's the 75, Zachary Fitzwater. Trucks pile in. Isaac Nichols. Wells flies through it. And it looks like oh, more crashing! They're crashing more! Nichols involved, and the 6 goes flipping. Steve Larker flipping in the grass. The yellow is out. And Jonathan Beeford, one of them involved, we're racing back and looking for the race lead. Michael Ferris trying to get there, and JJ Reed with the 8 with the push. 23 trying to get down there, and it looks like Reed stays clear for now, but Michael Ferris is there, trying to challenge through 3 and 4. JJ Reed has dominated so far. Hill leads back to the caution flag. Michael Ferris is nowhere near him. JJ Reed back in front. Ferris, Spurley Tube, Mike McDonald, and Stephen Baker round out the top 5. As a big crash happened, it looked like at least 1 or 2 chasers were involved. I saw Jonathan Beeford, Isaac Nichols, there's Marcus Sachi. Keith Stevens possibly involved in the 74. Jeff Bright's on pit road. How about Yepez, second in points? Because Mathis Wells drove through it. Now he's going to be in the front pack. He's 20th. Big crash happened. Zachary Fitzwater, one of the first to go around in this. He gets away with minimal damage, looks like. So we'll see what happened. Caution is out late in this race. It'll be a late race restart here at Pensacola. They got a little close here in the middle of the pack. 4 wide, Zachary Fitzwater is a lot higher than maybe he should be. A lot of lane down low. And right there, it looks like he kind of just comes up into the 0-2. Jonathan Beeford spins them up hard to the outside wall. Keith Stevens gets his damage right there. Canto goes around, then it's on from there. Landon Lines, Jeff Bright. There's Mark Owens. Here come a few drivers into it. Luke Rainey misses. Isaac Nichols and Diego Yepez got on the brakes. Wells flies through it. He gets a ton of positions. That was only the first part of the crash, though. Then more happens. With me, I believe it was the 6 of Steve Larkin and some others. But look at this first part. Once again in full speed. And Steve Morgan, third in points, 3 points out, barely ahead of this. Some other chasers did a great job getting by, like Nichols and Yepez, but Nichols gets collected later in the crash. With the 6 of Steve Larker coming down the racetrack, Nichols hits him. So then these drivers had the crash missed. You can see right here, I think Steve Larker and some of the others, they just got low, they got by. So they're by. Sachi down to the apron. William Bullen gets into the 92, comes up the racetrack, gets into the 44 and the 6. And then here comes Steve Larker spinning down the racetrack. 98 does a great job getting out of the way. The 6 spins down right into the 29's path, and it allows an opening for Yepes to just get right by in the bottom lane. Diego Yepes somehow barely missed this. We're once again look at this from a different camera angle. So there's the first crash happening. His trucks get collected. The second part, though, was what was big. So many chasers got damaged from the second part. And how about Yepes, though? He was maybe an inch or two from getting involved in that because of the 29 and the 6. Somehow he misses. Let's go on board with Isaac Nichols. See what he saw as he hits the 6 hard and flips Steve Larker over. He missed the first part. The second part, he was not so fortunate in missing it. He gets on the brakes, does a great job there getting low. Mathis Wells flies through it. Nichols getting up to speed. Truck staying high right here. Steve Larker comes down into his path, nowhere to go. And that's a hard hit for Nichols and some of the others involved right there. Big crash. Nichols could be done for the night. Colton Yo missed the crash in the 10 truck. He'll be up inside the top 20 after all is said and done. Stood on the gas, got by without getting any damage. Matthew Wilson, the 51, big break for him. He was losing the draft. He was falling back. This crash happens and he flies right through it. Luckily, he didn't hit anyone as he was flying by. Look how fast he comes in. Never lets off. Right there, he finally lets off when you see trucks in front of him. Right there, never lets off much. And we have to go on board, obviously, with Diego Yepes. He missed the first part and somehow missed the second part as well. Right along. There's the smoke. There's the accident. He may have gotten to the back of the 29 a little bit. That's fine. He gets low with the 29. Falls him through. And now here they come onto the 6 of Steve Larker. Wow. It was like the seas parted for Yepes, and he still is in contention to pass Mathis Wells in points, if not just game points on him. So a lot of trucks involved in that crash. Back in front, the 8 of JJ Reed has led every lap so far tonight, but he has to deal with a late race restart. He's out front in the Can-Am 250. 3 laps of racing to go once we take the green flag here at Pensacola. JJ Reed has led all 9 laps, about to be 10. He's out front for this restart. Jeff Bright out from that crash along with Chaser Isaac Nichols, the 6 of Steve Larker, 9 Dave William Bone, and Chaser Marcus Sachi, so 2 chasers out. And then Landon Lyons is 2 laps down, 30 trucks on the lead lap, somewhat damaged. As JJ Reed has dominated, he's led every lap. He's out front for this restart. Michael Ferris in 2nd, Riley Spade 3rd, Matt McDonald 4th, and Stephen Baker 5th. Top 5 are non-chasers. They have Oliver Galloway in 6th, Trey Rainey up to 7th, he's your first chaser. Alan Bowman 8th, your next chaser. Jack Carroll in 9th, and Cole Louis rounds out the top 10. Steve Morgan trying to gain 3 points, currently 11th. And back here you can see Luke Rainey 15th, Carson Bowers 18th, Colton Yo 19th, Mathis Wells up into the pack now 20th, Yepes is 24th, Keith Stevens 25th. That's about it. Jonathan Beeford also in the race about 27th. So let's see, can Reed hold on to the lead? Can someone get by him? Out of the restart zone, we're back racing, and the 23 spins the tires big time. He needed to be right on that A of JJ Reed. The faster he got by him, the better it would have been. But now they might not have a shot to get by the 8. Reed could just dominate. Michael Ferris needs to get into that draft, and he needs to hope that no one gets in the draft behind him and tries to pass him. Mike McDonald is 3rd right now. Stephen Baker coming forward, Rise for him on the outside, but he has a hole right there. Can he get down front? Can the 50 make a move? Here they come, according together down the back stretch. Ferris looking low on the 8 truck. Can he stay down there into turn 3? Ferris, a big push. And he gets clear in 3 and 4. Michael Ferris out front here at Pensacola, coming to 2 to go. Don't count McDonald or Stephen Baker. McDonald is 2nd. He has a push from the 19 truck. Cameron with the 50 also coming forward. They have a separation. Code Luigi, Steve Morgan. Here comes the 51 coming forward. Coming to see 2 laps left here at Pensacola. Ferris leads. McDonald trying to get pushed from behind. And here comes the 5 of Steven Taylor looking 3 wide. Puts the 24 and the 66 into the middle lane. Matt McDonald is clear. Can he come up to the front? Mathis Wells, the last truck in this pack. A lap and a half to go as they come off turn number 2. Matt McDonald needs to push somehow, someway. JJ Reed somehow fought back on the top side to stay outside that 19 and the 50. Down the backstretch, McDonald getting that push. But is it going to be enough? Can he get clear of that 19? Off into turn number 3. Stephen Baker trying to get beside that 7 to get to 2nd. McDonald tries to shut the door. The middle lane is rolling for now. The inside a little bit sparse right now. They're getting a little spread out. So as they come off of 4, we're going to make it to the white flag here at Pensacola. The last lap is underway. The middle lane moving here down the front stretch. White flag for Michael Ferris. Can Mike McDonald get there and pass him? Into turn 1 they go. McDonald is clear. He's onto the back of the 23 now. The pack spreading up behind. JJ Reed has somehow kept it to the outside of the 19 as they come off of corner number 2. Michael Ferris continues to lead, but Mike McDonald is there. 3 wide in the pack behind. They come down the backstretch. Here comes Stephen Baker low. Mike McDonald trying to get that push from the 8 again. It might not work for him. Michael Ferris out front. He's gotten out front. He passed the dominant truck on the restart. Side by side for a second. It'll take a miracle of the 19 and a big push from the 5. As they come off of 4. Hold your breath. Michael Ferris leads. Stephen Baker trying to get the push from behind. Steven Taylor trying to help him out. Off of 4. Baker trying to get the draft. It's not going to work for him. Michael Ferris back to victory lane. He wins at Pensacola. And the pack comes across. There's that second pack. The A70 of Pez was in that pack. He got stuck behind some damaged trucks. Michael Ferris wins the Can-Am 250 at Pensacola after passing the dominant truck late. Let's now go check the finish results and see how the chase was affected. Here are the finish results from the Can-Am 250 at the Pensacola International Speedway. There was only 1 caution flag for 4 laps, and 2 different drivers led this race. Michael Ferris led the final 3 laps en route to victory lane. Steph Baker tried at the end. He'll end up 2nd. Steven Taylor 3rd. Matt McDonald 4th. And Carson Bowers, your highest finishing chaser, in 5th. They have Levi Shelton 6th. JJ Reed 7th. Dominated from the pole, led 10 laps. Just fell back at the end on the top side. Steve Morgan in 8th. Great points day for him. Tim Randolph 9th. And Luke Rainey rounds out the top 10. There is your top 20. That's big for Steve Morgan. He was 3 points back coming into the race. He finishes as your 2nd highest chaser. Mathis Wells finishes 20th. Their points there coming in the race. Your 7th highest chaser for him. He'll fall out of the points lead as I think Steve Morgan should take it over. Carson Bowers trying to get back up into that championship fight. Might be too little too late for him, but he's coming back forward. Luke Rainey's had a few, he had some bad races. Now he's another good race. Trey Rainey has come alive as of late. We'll just have to see if, with Mathis Wells having a bad race, a lot more drivers can try to come up into it. As look down Yepez, we thought he could have gained points. That yellow comes in, he got stuck behind a damaged truck on that restart, and he finishes 22nd, and he loses a point to the 51, but he is still only 3 points behind the 51, but the 12 is now pulled away to a nice points gap. The right side are the point standings. Definitely going to be an interesting chase to the end, as it's pretty close among the top few in points. Unlike the Target Series where Adam McDowell's a 10-point lead over his nearest competitor. The Gary Cup Series, obviously, it's gotten a little closer, but still, I believe it's 8 points for Carter Friesen that he has. This series, definitely a lot closer. So we look ahead. The next race which will be held at Rockingham, the Oreo 250. I'll see you guys then.